Property management lead generation can seem overwhelming, especially if you're just starting out. Where do you focus your efforts? How should you divide your budget if you have money to spend? What are the best short-term and long-term property management marketing strategies? And which can you hire off or delegate to team members? Well, today we're going to cover every major lead generation method property managers can use to attract high-quality tenants. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned property manager with a team behind you, you'll find something that can help kickstart or supplement your existing lead generation efforts. Welcome back, Loopers. My name is Sydney, and I'm a content creator here at DoorLoop. Let's get started with 7 ways to generate property management leads. There's a lot we can cover, but some lead generation methods are more time and energy intensive than others, and still others require a certain level of financial investment to make work or other resources. So I'm going to cover those perfect beginner and early lead generation methods you can grab and use right now, even without much of a budget. First on our list is social media marketing. Social media marketing refers to both organic and paid marketing, but for this point, we'll focus primarily on organically attracting property owners to you. Posting on social media can be done in just a few minutes per day and can range widely in content. The main thing here is to focus on the platforms you feel you have the best early results in. After trying out Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, if you're getting the best results on TikTok, keep posting there. For example, you could post short, useful tips for property owners that they can catch as they scroll through their feed, making them visually appealing with some quick cuts or text overlay, but don't feel like you have to go overboard or even do any editing at all. For some great examples, you should check out our social media. Our handle is DoorLoop app on both Instagram and TikTok. The most important thing here is to just post regularly and make sure that your content you post is hyper-focused on communicating to property owners, also known as sticking within one niche. If you want more information on social media marketing, I hosted an entire webinar on social media basics for property managers, and I'll leave that link down below. Second on this list is referrals. This can potentially be a big source of leads, and it doesn't just refer to one singular source. There are 3 main types of referrals that you can collect. First, client referrals. These are the referrals you receive from your past or current clients who have been pleased with your services and as a result, referred another landlord or company to you. The second form of referrals is family and friends. Those from family and friends come primarily by way of hearing about what you do and reaching out. Let them know how you help property owners and if they know or ever run into one in need to offer your services. These might not be frequent, but those you do get will be some of the highest converting leads that you get. And the third referrals is real estate agents. They differ from the first 2 types of referrals in that this is a formal business arrangement. Real estate agents and property managers work in the same general sphere. In fact, sometimes their jobs overlap as larger property management firms will often manage their clients' entire portfolio, even the buying and selling. But if you're starting out, one potential great source of leads is making relationships with local real estate agents. Let them know that you'll refer sales of your clients' properties to them or simply offer them a referral fee, while in exchange they agree to pass you referrals of their investor clients who are in need of property management. Our third strategy on this list is using LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network. I'm putting this separate from social media due to its gear towards professionals. This makes it the perfect place to go for both property managers looking for property investors with whom they can reach out to, as well as a place where investors and property owners go looking for property management. So not only should you have your LinkedIn profile set up and ready to impress, you should also put together a strategy for one-to-one reaching out to investors. Now is a great time to publish content to LinkedIn as well, as it offers big reach for very little ad spend. Our fourth strategy is send direct mail. Direct mail is simple, and although it is a bit dated, it's still effective and a relatively easy strategy to employ or hire someone else to handle. By requesting access to your city or county's assessor database, you can reference whose mailing and property addresses are different, suggesting that the person owns but does not live in the property. After making your list, it's time to design and print the marketing material you'll be using to mail it off. Number 5 on our list is cold calling local property owners and investors. And I know from personal experience in other industries I worked in, it can seem really cringe and not very fun to do. But if the phrase makes you recoil at the thought of being screamed off at the phone, don't worry. Not only is it easier to cold call when reaching out to other professionals who would typically treat you with professionalism in return, but you can easily hire an assistant to handle both gathering the list and calling for you. And let's not forget the most important thing. It works. It's not the best lead generation method on this list, but it can be a useful supplement to an overall lead generation strategy. Even better if you combine it with what I talked about in the previous point, meaning call them after they should have received your direct mail, and suddenly a cold call turns a little warm. Here's an example of a cold call versus a warm call. Hey Jane, this is Sydney. I'm a founder of a local property management company. I noticed you own a beautiful property at blank address. Have you ever thought about having a manager deal with the day-to-day upkeep of your property? Okay, and then it's a warm call by turning it into this. Hey Jane, it's Sydney. Did you get my mail? I recently sent you a small brochure mentioning my property management services. And I noticed you own a beautiful property at enter address. Have you ever thought about having a manager handle the day-to-day upkeep of your property? Now, it might sound like a small difference, but the little bit of added warmth can go a long way toward convincing the prospect to hear you out, as it instantly makes them more comfortable with you. Number 6 on the list is start and join Facebook groups. This is another effective lead generation strategy. However, this one is a bit more on the longer end as it requires patience. There's lots of real estate and property related communities on Facebook and likely several in your area. However, the good ones don't typically allow self-promotion, so instead you need to be as helpful as possible to attract organic attention over time. So doing things like answering questions, joining in on discussions, and just generally being active. This is a great way to get some name recognition and organic growth. Another reason for this is most groups will occasionally allow promotion of some kind if you're an active member who's contributing regularly to the group, though the main benefit will come in making a name for yourself in the group and being a known figure in property management. So the next time someone needs services, you might just come to mind. All you need to do is make sure your Facebook profile clearly represents what you do and how you can help. And number 7 is to take part in and join local clubs and meetups. This last one is a wide branch topic that covers a number of things, but they all revolve around the idea of getting active in your local community with investors. This could include visiting meetups found on sites like meetup.com, scheduling your own meetups with local real estate and property professionals, and joining local property investor clubs and other property professional groups. So now I want to dive into a few more advanced lead generation tactics. These either take a decent budget, skill level, or simply take more time than many of the methods I've mentioned before. With that said, they can be some of the most effective lead generation methods of all. First is content marketing. This is going to include a number of different things, such as starting a blog, primarily to tap into search engine optimization or SEO, starting a podcast or a YouTube channel, and taken together, it's one of the single most powerful lead generation methods. Content marketing doesn't generally cost much of anything, but it does require time and patience. Whether that's through building a blog to rank for keywords on Google or a YouTube channel, however, once you're set up, it can be an amazing source of evergreen leads. My second suggestion is to actually start a podcast. Although technically a part of content marketing, the way you can use a podcast is entirely unique from other types of content. So let's cover that. Starting a podcast where you interview local property investors and other real estate professionals is a powerful way to not only generate leads, but connections all throughout your local industry. The basic idea is contact local professionals and tell them you'd like to ask them some questions about what they do. People love talking about themselves, so it's an easy thing getting others to agree to let you interview them. And over time, you could create a foothold in your local market and begin to be seen as an expert. Establishing yourself as a local expert might not immediately seem like the route to success, but in today's digital world, it is one of the most effective ways of generating a regular flow of high-quality leads to your doorstep. The third option is paid advertising. Paid advertising by its very nature will take a decent budget, but it's also the single best source of leads for property managers. There are a number of platforms that you can pay to advertise on, whether it's through top page listings on Google or a mid-roll or banner ad on social like Google Ads, YouTube advertising, social media marketing via social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc., or Yelp advertising. And our fourth method is pay per lead services. Pay per lead services are platforms that allow you to pay to obtain leads from property owners and property investors. A few examples of pay per lead platforms include allpropertymanagement.com, managemyproperty.com, and thumbtack.com. All of those will be linked down below. They're a great way to generate quick leads, like most paid advertising methods. They're also a great way of generating highly qualified leads, which could make it worth it just in the time that you save. With that said, the cost of acquiring said leads can be high and there can be other fees associated. So if you're on a tight budget, it may not be the best avenue yet. I hope this list of lead generation tips and methods gets you started on the right direction or supercharges your existing lead generation method. But one question remains. Once you've begun generating leads, what do you do with them? With both generating clients and leads and applicants for your clients' properties, you'll encounter the same issue. The solution is CRM, Customer Relationship Management Systems, that allows you to centralize and organize all lead communications. With DoorLoop's all-in-one property management software, you can not only manage every facet of your clients' properties, you can also send communications directly from within one app, store contact information for safekeeping, and track progress with those prospects, both for your future clients and applicants for your clients' properties. If you're ready to start taking your lead generation efforts seriously, check out DoorLoop to see what it can do for you. I'll leave a link for a free demo in the description. That's it for today's video. I wish you the best of luck. I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out this playlist for more property management tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!